Thursday night football against Geelong. A great blockbuster that everyone should be really excited about.
Yeah, definitely. What an opportunity. Obviously, the boys had a really fantastic win on the weekend, going down to Bellerive and playing in pretty difficult conditions. And now we get an opportunity against Geelong, who are playing some exceptional football at our home ground. Really looking forward to it.
Hard slog down there. Are any guys still feeling a bit sore on this short turnaround?
Oh, you'd have to think so. Yeah, 5 days is always a difficult turnaround, but we'll recover really well. We certainly won't be using that as an excuse. We've just had the last 10 days off before that game, so everyone will be recovering really well this week and be ready to go.
Difficult for you to watch?
Yeah, that first half, yeah. Yeah, there was a few of us in a little bit of a group chat saying what's going on, but I think that just shows the maturity of the group and how far they've come over the past number of years. That was, North Melbourne were a very, and still are a very good contested ball team, and I thought in the second half we were able to really match them in that area, and we started winning the clearance battle and got the ball played in our half, which is what we wanted to do. So, that second half was a really pleasing performance, and unfortunately we just couldn't kick straight late. Otherwise we could have won by a little bit more.
Do you owe the team that you missed that game and through your own?
Do I owe the team?
Yeah.
Well, it's a very difficult question to answer. I guess in some sense, potentially, but incidents like that happen in football all the time. It was an accident. Certainly wasn't any intention behind it, and I'm just looking forward to getting out there this weekend. It's been a long time.
Won't change how you play?
Nah, absolutely not. No, I think it's, every player wants to play on the edge, and at times you cross that line and you get found out, unfortunately, and that was the case that happened to me against Melbourne, but really excited to be back.
You'll need to bring that against the Cats, won't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the balance that every team's trying to find at the moment is how far they can really push their limits, and that's one area that we've certainly made leaps and bounds in this year, I think. There's certainly questioned earlier on in the year about, how close we played at that line, and I think we've answered that at times this year, but we know Geelong's going to bring that. They have for a number of years, and we need to match them in that area.
There was some pointed criticism of the action. I know you say you've got to play on the edge, but Jonathan Brown came out and said it was poor leadership on your behalf. Do you take that on board, or is that something you just don't care about?
Not really. Those guys are in the media to, talk about those incidences. Don't really listen to it. Pretty much switched off.
Have you got a blueprint of how to knock them off after round 2?
I think we need to match them in the areas we did in round 2. It was certainly a great game. We're probably finding our feet a little bit. They certainly jumped us early, which is something we need to be wary of again. But I thought our back half of that third quarter and the last quarter was, showed some really positive signs, and I thought we were then able to carry that into the Collingwood game as well the following week. So there's certainly some things we need to clean up in the first half, but overall I thought it was a pretty good performance last time, and we need to bring that again.
Wayne said it feels like years ago, that game.
Yeah.
Does it feel like years ago to you?
Yeah, it does actually. Was it round 2? What are we, round 15 now? 14. Yeah, it does. It seems a very long time ago, and I think we were 0-2, and our season was sort of written off by most. So really strong character by the boys to hang in there and be in the position that we are now. Really proud of the way they fought back and just put all that noise aside and concentrated on what we're really good at. And to be 9-4 at the moment is a really good spot to be in.
Had you learnt anything from last time you played them here in a big game? Different prep, I understand, but obviously it was a letdown.
Yeah.
This time last year.
Yeah, it was. It was really disappointing, that preliminary final. Yeah, we learned a lot, and I thought we showed signs of that in the round 2 clash with them. But once again, we weren't able to execute that for 4 quarters. So, we know Geelong's a team that likes to own the ball, and we really need to bring our forward half pressure game and put a little bit of that pressure back on them.
What makes them so difficult? I know, obviously you respect every team, but they're a team that you've kind of just battled to get over the line.
Yeah, I think they've got exceptional players all around the park. Obviously, their defence, they don't allow teams to score very freely. And they've been one of the best defending teams in the comp the last 5 or 6 years. And guys like Tom Stewart, he's having another stellar year. So, you throw him with Dangerfield and Selwood and Cam Guthrie, who's been stellar, and then their forward line's obviously packed full of talent. It's a really difficult matchup for us, but, we've beaten them before, and we've been really close, obviously in round 2. So we'll look at that game closely, and hopefully we can turn the tables on them this weekend.
Dayne, the games that you've lost this year, I think it's the Cats, Melbourne, Western Bulldogs, like they're the teams up there with like you guys. Do you feel you have to beat them to show that that you can win the flag?
Yeah, it'd certainly be nice to. They're 3 very, very good teams playing some exceptional footy, and we'd like to see ourselves up up contending with those sort of teams. So we need to beat those guys. They're above us. We need to beat them, and as I said, great opportunity Thursday night.
One big difference from that game in round 2, Jeremy Cameron
Yeah.
is in their side. How much does he make a difference in how challenging it is to stop them from scoring?
Yeah, he straightens them up a lot, and obviously the connection that he's building with Tom Hawkins has been nothing short of superb the last few weeks. So I think along with Gary Rowan, they're a really potent forward line, but definitely Jeremy and Tomahawk got a special bond going at the moment, and our defenders are going to have their work cut out for them.
Which game do you look at more, Zorks? Do you look at round 2 or the last time here?
Probably round 2. I think there's personnel change, and it's, we were able to execute some things that we learnt in that preliminary final against them in round 2. So I think that's probably the game you look at, and obviously their last few weeks playing Port Adelaide and Western Bulldogs, who are also very high up on the ladder. So, they're probably the games we look at.
Is it hard to separate that emotion from the prelim?
Not really. It's a new year, it's a new challenge, and it's a great opportunity for us. So, pretty easy to put that loss aside. And obviously, it's a new year this year, and everyone, still in the running to get there in that last day in September. So we're no different.
Expecting anyone back? Expecting anyone back?
I'll be back. Just spoke to them downstairs. Bears will probably potentially play VFL this week, which is good. And Ryan said he's still a couple of weeks away. So, and obviously Diz with his shoulders still a while away. So, hopefully we can get Bez and get some games into him and get a bit of continuity back into his body. He's obviously had a pretty interrupted season. So it'd be nice if he can get himself, raring to go in the next month or 2.